Today we celebrate the fact that Jesus rose from the grave, but do you understand the significance of his resurrection? In John 10:18, he said, "Nobody takes my life from me. I have the power to lay it down and the power to take it back up again." When he said, "Nobody takes my life from me, I have the power to lay it down," he wasn't just saying he was choosing to go to the cross and he had the ability to get down anytime he wanted to. He was saying something eternally more significant than that. In both Matthew 27:50 and John 19:30, when Jesus died, it says that he gave up his spirit. Romans 6:23 says the wages of sin is death. That means that because Jesus had never sinned, death had no power over him. Even though he was radically injured, death did not have the ability to claim the life of Jesus because he was innocent of sin, which means when he died, he surrendered to the penalty of sin, which is death. 3 days later, the only reason he could come back to life was because death had no power over him because he had never sinned. Because of his sinless life, he had the power to submit himself to the consequence of sin, which was death, which paid for all of our sins, but then he also had the power to take his life back from death because he was innocent of sin. Jesus' resurrection was the evidence that he was sinless because it proved that death had no power over him, and that's the evidence that the sacrifice that he made to pay for our sins when he died on the cross was sufficient, because if he was guilty of sin, he couldn't pay for our sin. His resurrection is evidence that through faith in him, we go to heaven instead of